Winning can take the sting out of a lot of injuries, both physical and psychological. Johnny Poe has played without complaint through both.
Christmas Day, Johnny Poe and the rest of the Saints are on the practice field, getting ready for the New Orleans-Green Bay game.
Let's see what I got.
When he finally joins his family that afternoon, the kids have already opened their presents. Johnny and his wife Sharon have waited to exchange theirs. He gives her a ring. She has gotten him a watch.
Is it gonna be watch?
Yeah, it's a Gucci.
Poe says it is his family that helped him through this year.
May someday there be peace throughout the world. Thank you. Amen.
For Johnny Poe, it has been a year of change, of ups and downs. The downs came early in the season. As a starting cornerback, he was taking a lot of heat for letting the opposition score, not stopping passes many people thought he could have.
Poe's gotta go! Poe's gotta go!
Coach Jim Mora apparently agreed and demoted the 7-year veteran, taking him off the starting lineup and putting him on special teams. It came at a bad time in his career. Not only was he getting heat from the fans, but now a demotion too.
So long, Johnny!
It was a hard pill to swallow. You know, it's just, you just get to a point where you just tell yourself enough is enough.
For some football players, that would have been a signal to go, to demand to be traded.
I think a lot of guys would take that type of attitude that that's it. They moved me. I'm an NFL corner. That's what I'm going to play. If I can't play corner here, I'll go play for somebody else.
But to his credit, he swallowed his pride and did the best he could at his new assignment. He's had a good year, blocking punts, running for touchdowns, and helping out a strong New Orleans defense. But these have not been easy times.
It hurts because I think it hurts him, and he don't want to show it to me. So I worry about him if he's hurting, if he hears what they're saying.
Sharon Poe says she has heard it all in the stands, in the streets, and even at a charity event, where one fan asked her who her husband was.
I said, Johnny Poe, and he said, Johnny Poe? I said, yeah. And he said, well, he won't be here next year, so you don't have to worry about that.
Because of that and the demotion, the Poes have put their house up for sale and are moving to St. Louis. Poe says that is not a sign he wants to leave the Saints. It was just a vent of emotions.
I don't bring my anger home. You know, I don't push it off on my wife. I don't push it off on my kids. And I guess that was just one way of releasing my anger, to say, okay, we're just going to go ahead and move.
Poe says he will fight to stay with the Saints, feeling he was an important part on the road to the playoffs. He's proud of his team and wants the best for the Saints, and is confident Johnny Poe will be here for a while.
He's one of those guys that, you know, he can take a punch and stay on his feet. You know, he's going to go the full 15 rounds if he has to.
You're not a quitter, are you?
No, never.
This is Eric Paulson reporting.
Now, the way that a veteran like Johnny Poe handled that situation says a lot about him and a lot about this football team, I think.
Well, it's a real credit to Johnny Poe, but it also exemplifies the type of character this Saints football team possesses. Jim Mora has a lot of good football players, but he has some good people, too.
And Johnny's making a contribution now in a number of areas on this football team.
Well, the block punt, the return for a touchdown. Johnny Poe plays a big part in their secondary when 5 and 6 defensive backs enter the game.
Let's hope he does this Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings as the Saints play them in their first playoff game ever. We'll take a look at that opponent right after this.